Hey family, Dad here. Hope you're having a great day. On this video, I just wanted to share my working career, how long each of my 9 jobs have lasted. So my working career started back in 1999 when I graduated college. My first job, I was with Enterprise Rent-A-Car, the management trainee program. I started in September of 99. And that lasted literally through May or June of 2006. It was a good run. I really enjoyed it. It really prepared me for a lot of business skills. I enjoyed the team. I enjoyed the people. I enjoyed the camaraderie. But as the last year of my time there at Enterprise, I realized that I was having a family. I was married at the time, that I couldn't keep up with the demands. I worked roughly about 50 to 60 hours a week. It was tough, and my life priorities were changing. So I took another role, I interviewed and found another role, and that's when I started getting into healthcare sales. So my second job I started was in field sales with a healthcare company, and that went from June of 2006 to October of 2009. And that was my first layoff. A year prior to me getting laid off, my company got bought out by a bigger company for roughly $2 billion, I believe at the time, which is huge back in 2008. And then a year later, in October 2009, I was notified that I got laid off. It was a very scary time, a lot of unknowns, never been through a layoff before. But nevertheless, I was very focused on finding my next role. And fortunately, with the severance and a little help from my parents, I was able to get through like 3-4 months of layoff. And I was able to start a new role in January of 2010. And in that company, again, it was a healthcare sales company. It was a very small private company. Really enjoyed it, really enjoyed the team, really enjoyed my direct. It was fun. Unfortunately, actually, that lasted really longer than I expected. So I started that role in January of 2010, and then it went through October of 2015 when my second layoff happened. So that was almost 6 years. By far, that was the most enjoyable company that I've ever worked with. Yeah, it was good times, and till this day, I still I keep tabs. I communicate with my former colleagues that are all scattered throughout the United States. I really enjoyed it. It was good camaraderie, good fun, good times. But unfortunately, good times always come to an end. And so I was laid off in 2015, October during that time, and it did take me a couple months to find a job. But fortunately, again, I found another role in January of 2016 with another life sciences company. And again, that was a sales role. That only lasted, so I started in 2016 of January. That went through July of 2017, so about a year and a half. I wasn't really fully satisfied with that role that I was in at that time. And so I went back into the healthcare space, physician detailing, went back with a big conglomerate company. And so I started in August of 2017 with that company, and that went through April of 2021. So almost 4 years with that company. And it was a good company. I really enjoyed it. Very structured. I went through multiple managers during that time. And I also went through 3 different shifts where my accounts changed as well 3 different times. And you can get frustrated by all the kind of changes, peaks and valleys that you go through when an organization decides to kind of pivot, make adjustments and things like that. Or you can just embrace it and just move forward. And that's what I choose to do. At the end of the day, the company provides me with a paycheck, a lot of great benefits. Changes are always going to happen in life, personally and professionally. So all you can do is just move forward. And that's what I did. Again, I did that for almost 4 years. I wanted to change. During that time I was with the company, the biggest change was going through the pandemic. That really put a stop to things. But as well, it made me think a little bit. Part of it was my kids were growing up. My oldest was moving on to college during that time. And for me, it was just like, maybe it's time for me to change and try something different. And that's what I did. So in April of 2021, that was my last month with this healthcare sales company. And then I moved into tech. I went to a huge tech firm. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. Took a jump and I got my feet wet in the world of tech. So I started that tech job in May of 2021. And it went through December of 2022 when I got laid off. So it was a little less than 2 years. I learned a lot, great people, very smart people I was with during my time there. A lot of internal collaboration, a lot of movement. you have to move. They moved violently fast. And that's something that I learned a lot. To this day, I take with me. So with that third layoff in December 2022, fortunately, the tech company gave me 2 months notifying before my last day in December. And so I looked for roles during that time. And fortunately, I found a new role in February of 2023. And again, it was back in healthcare sales because that's where I felt like I was really excited. The tech role, it was fine. I learned a lot, but it wasn't as passionate as it was in healthcare sales. So I went back into healthcare sales with another company from February 2023 until May of 2024 when I got laid off. So that was definitely a short tenure. Definitely caught me a little bit off guard. I didn't think that they were going to do any kind of riffs with this company. I thought it was a pretty solid. But again, as an individual contributor, you just never know. And so I took it in stride. Again, this was my fourth layoff at the time. I know what I needed to do. The company gave us probably about 2 months prior notice before our last day. So it was cool. And then as well, they gave us a really good severance. So the layoff number 3 and layoff number 4 was really, really generous as far as the severance packages. So my last day with this healthcare company was May of 2024. And fortunately, I was able to find a job pretty quickly in June of 2024. So there was really no gap unemployment. I started with this new company in June of 2024, and that lasted until March of 2025. So it was a very short tenure with that company. I quickly realized that I probably needed find a new role pretty quick. 6 months into that new role, I was very focused on finding my next role 6 months into this role. And fortunately, I found a new role in April of 2025. And so far, so good with this 9th job. Really enjoy it, really enjoy the team, really enjoy the manager. But again, it's only been a couple months as I am recording this in May of 2025. But we'll see. I like the team. There is internal collaboration. Work with several different teams within this org. But yeah, so far so good. I really enjoy it. The first month was a lot of training, onboarding, which I picked up pretty fast. But yeah, we'll see what it is moving forward. So there you have it. I've had 9 roles since I started the working career post-college. Tell me your thoughts. How many roles have you had post-college? I'm 49 years old. I've had 9 roles. I don't know if that's a lot or not enough, but we'll see, especially as I roll into my 50s, what it's going to look like. So comment, like, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. That's all I got. Have a great day.